Okay, morning guys. Welcome to this simulation training session. We've got some learning outcomes to cover. First of all, we're going to be covering roles within a crisis situation, management of anaphylaxis, and also the basic life support algorithm. And Shane and I are going to be facilitating the session. Shane's going to be playing the anaesthetist, and I'm going to be driving the scenario from the control room. So we're going to get some of you to act as the ODP, and we'll get some of you to act as the resus team. All happy?
Yes. Okay, so we've got an elective patient for surgery.
Okay.
We're going to do a standard induction, propofol, fentanyl, rocuronium and tube. Okay, sir. Going to get you off to sleep now, ready for your operation. Going to give you some oxygen before you go off to sleep. Smells a bit plasticky, but it is just oxygen. You'll be going off to sleep with the injection in your arm, okay?
Can you take a blood pressure?
Okay, we're going to get you off to sleep now then, sir. We will see you shortly in recovery. Operation will be finished, okay? Okay, that's the pencil. Okay, I'm going to give the rocuronium. Okay, chest getting a bit tight. It's quite hard to bag. If you could do another BP for me.
Heart rate is increasing.
Okay, the saturation's going down. I think maybe we've got an anaphylaxis. Can I have a tube, please? How are we doing?
Heart rate's increased to 126, blood pressure 67 and 27.
Okay, we're going to need some adrenaline. If you could give me 1 in 1,000 IM, please.
Adrenaline.
Can you feel for a pulse for me, please?
No pulse.
No pulse? Can you call the crash team for me, please?
Emergency operator. Level 3, Theatre 2. Cardiac arrest, Level 3, Theatre 2.
Got a cardiac arrest. I think it's a result of anaphylaxis. If you could start CPR, please, Heather. Tom?
Yeah.
Can I have some Pyrrhus and some hydrocortisone, please?
Yes.
Applying pads, patient's clear chest. Plugging the pads connector.
Okay, if you can give that slowly over the next minute.
Analyzing
Just come on, chest a moment, please.
Do
Okay,
not
let's check the rhythm.
shock and blood.
Okay, we can have a shot. Can you just take a look shot, please?
Okay,
Okay,
Tom.
top clear, middle clear, bottom clear, all clear, shocking.
Now, shock delivered.
And what's it doing, please?
Okay, so we've got 2 minutes of CPR. We've got a rhythm change. Okay, let's do a rhythm check. Can we do another blood pressure, please, Matt? Have we got an output with that?
We do, yes. Pulse 116, very weak pulse. If we fell, strong femoral pulse.
And we have a blood pressure. Okay, thank you guys. That's the end of our scenario. So, should we have a chat about how you think that went? Do you want to come over to the side? Come on, guys.
Okay, let's have just a quick debrief about how that simulation went. So, how was it? How was it for you?
I think in general, as a whole, the scenario went really, really well. I thought everybody knew their jobs pretty intimately. Everybody knew what they were doing, and Shane, Ben, and Matt were clear with their instructions. I thought it went quite smoothly.
Yeah, I think you're right. That if people know their roles in a crisis situation, the crisis management will be so much better. Any other thoughts?
Yes, I think we're a lot quicker with the defibrillator getting the pads attached and delivering that shock. Obviously, it is time critical, and the quicker you get it done, the better the outcome.
Yeah, you're right. You need to get that shock in as quick as you can, and that's the shock that's going to make the difference. Fantastic.
I feel like my efficiency with the CPR could have been better. I find that it gets tiring after a while, and it might have been a good idea to have somebody swap over.
Yeah, that's a really good sort of take-home point, I think, guys. That it is tiring, so just look after each other and making sure that you swap over with the CPR. Brilliant, well done. Okay, I think we're having a break now.
Thanks.
My name's Tom. I'm doing a 2-year diploma in operating department practice at Bucks New Uni, the Uxbridge campus. I think the learning experience so far has been really, really good. It's completely different to what I thought university, would be like. University life would be like. Seem to try and find they're trialing e-portfolios with our group, which is basically you create your own website, and we're having some fun playing around with that. It's kind of like a go-between between the practice and the university side of things, so we can make it personal but put a record of our academic work on. You can actually use that in the future as almost like a CV for prospective employers. I worked in the operating department before as a theatre support worker, where you're basically an assistant to the scrub staff. And having worked in a theatre environment before, having looked at other unis and looked on the website, which Shane said, have a look on the website and see what you think of it. It's really, really realistic. Then when we came on our induction, I couldn't believe it. The sim man, the paediatric dummies as well, the theatre suite and the recovery suite are really, having worked in theatres, it's as real as it gets, and it definitely helps get the feeling when you're running scenarios for training purposes. I think it's the right place to do it because I got a good feel about the place when I came here initially, had my interview, and the staff here are really, I got the vibe from them, got the feeling for them that they were here to support me. We were all in the same boat, either from an academic perspective or a practice perspective, and everybody is a really nice, friendly environment to be in, and you don't feel as though you can't speak directly to anybody. If you have a problem, you can speak to the staff. Yeah, it's just a nice, friendly environment, really, so I'm definitely happy. If I could go back in time and do it again, I'd absolutely 100% pick this uni again, pick Bucks Uni, without a shadow of a doubt. Everything so far has been great, my practice side and the uni side. It's been brilliant so far. So if I had to go back and do it again, I would choose this university again to study.
Hi there, I'm David Waters. I'm a senior lecturer in critical care nursing at Bucks New University. I work in a local hospital intensive care unit, about one shift a week. My clinical practice gives me a bit of credibility, and it can also bring my classroom teaching alive if I can share examples of the nursing care I'm giving by the bedside. I was teaching my students here about shock. Different types of shock, and I was able to give examples of some of the patients that I've looked after very recently that had different types of shock, and the treatments that we gave for them in the ICU. It helps them link theory into practice. If I'm giving them, for example, the theory behind management of a patient in shock, I can give them scenarios and clinical examples that bring that topic alive, because potentially it can be quite a dull and quite a dry topic, but applying it to the patient and giving examples of some of the care that I've given and some of the care that they may have given will help help it make it more simulating and more interactive. You try and keep simulation as realistic as possible. It's meant to simulate what happens by the bedside. So often if I'm writing a scenario, I'll try and base it upon a patient I've looked after. So mimicking the signs and some of the symptoms of that patient's deterioration. And I encourage the students to try and make it as realistic as possible in their simulated learning. So doing the things that they would do if they were looking after that patient in a ward or an ITU in a hospital.
I'm Shane Roadnight, I'm an ODP working in practice. I've been working in practice 17 years. I've just taken on the role of the Principal Lecturer for the ODP programme here at Uxbridge. The simulation has really changed the way that we're teaching now. It makes it very interactive for the students and gives them a real life experience of what we're seeing every day in the clinical environment. It gives a lot of credibility to my position as the Principal Lecturer for this course when I'm telling the students how the scenarios pan out and how they interact with them, that it actually happens to me on a weekly basis in the clinical environment. Do you know what, it actually is working. I'm really proud of the course that we've taken on. The students are all getting on really well in practice, and the feedback, absolutely fantastic. They've really picked up the job and learned so much through the interactive style that we give here, I think.